This demo is about how to apply glaze to something that has an interior and an exterior. So I can do a different color on the inside and the outside if I want, and I decided to use the glossy white on the inside, and I'm going to apply floating blue on the outside. So I already sponged my piece off to remove dust, and I already stirred my glazes. Over here, I don't have very much glossy white. I am checking that it is glossy white, but I don't need very much to do a pour. I have a clean container, and I'm going to scoop some out. Here we go. I don't need that much. And I probably need a little more than I grabbed. And this one is low. There we go. So I'm going to pour it on the inside. And as I dump it out, I'm going to rotate the cup and try to get a covering all the way across the interior. And you'll notice I didn't let it hang out there that long, and that's because the bisqueware is porous and it will start to absorb moisture from the glaze, and if I leave it in too long, the glaze won't look right. I have a sponge here because I'm going to wipe off the drips from the outside quickly with a damp, not very wet sponge that I just squeezed out. There. Okay, so now I've got my second glaze, which is floating blue. I always check the front. It is in fact floating blue, even though the color of the glaze looks more like a brick red. Okay, so it's stirred up. I'm going to hold it by its foot, and I'm going to keep the opening parallel to the surface of the glaze so that the glaze on the outside won't get on the inside. When I press it down, I'm going to keep it parallel, and I'm going to do it quickly. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. I like a 3-second dip, which will give me glaze about the thickness of a dime. I'm letting it drip off, and I'm going to rotate, and you can see that I didn't get glaze on the inside. It does overlap a little. Now this is one dip of the floating blue, and I do like the floating blue when it's a little thicker. You can see that it's starting to dry already. When it's dry, I might do a second dip. That's up to me, or if it's you, it's up to you. And I can actually have glaze inside here if I want to. So I'm going to put a little floating blue in there, so we'll have color on the bottom. And now I need to clean it. So I have a trick for cleaning. If I'm not sure where to remove the glaze from, I can squeeze a puddle on the table. I can put my piece in the puddle, and then I'll see where the glaze is wet, and I'll know where I need to remove it. Oops. So there's some on the foot that I need to remove. And I'm coming up about a 1/4 inch. Not a 1/4 inch, about a 1/16 of an inch. The outside's close to a 1/4 inch. I'm going to leave the foot. And you already know how to touch that up if you want to, but I'm going to let it be. So now it goes on the glaze shelf and it's ready to go.